Hi guys, Steve here, and on this video I'm going to show you where all the land caves are and how to get all the artifacts. If you're looking for a specific artifact, you can click the links on the map and it will take you to a shortened video of just that cave. If not, keep watching and we'll go through all of them in turn. Okay, let's begin. The first one we're going to start with is the artifact of a clever. This one's located roughly in the middle of the map on the right hand side of a large volcano. I'll show you the surroundings so you can more easily find it. Its coordinates is 41.5 by 47.1. I'll just give you enough time to write that down if you need to. Now I'm going to be going through all the caves on a raptor as it can fit through every corridor. But on this cave it's best if you go through it on a saber tooth, because when you kill all the spiders and scorpions you'll form a great deal of chitin. This cave's pretty easy, and the only thing that can harm you is the wildlife inside it. All you have to do to find the artifact is keep heading down till you reach the bottom of the cave. The blue crystal is a loot chest. I checked the water because I can't remember if there's any more down there. The big white crystal is the one containing the artifact. You only can carry one artifact per person. And that's that one done. All we need to do now is head back up to the surface. If you came down on foot, you can take a shortcut, jump in the water and swim down to the purple rocks at the bottom, because when you get close to them, they'll teleport you back to the entrance of the cave. But I'm going to make my way back up to the surface on my raptor. There's usually a couple of ways up and down for each cave. Now we are back at the surface. I put the artifact in my bird in case I die looking for the others. Then I'll pick up my raptor and head to the next one. I'll just do another fly around to make sure you know where it is. Next is the artifact of a pack. This is down from the centre of the map. When you see the cliff face, fly down to the right of it. And the cave entrance will be directly below. This cave is really deep and it's going to take a lot of time to get to the artifact, so make sure you're prepared with enough food and armour. You could be fighting your way through hundreds of piranhas, so it would take its toll. Also, carry a few sleeping bags on you, because you might need to respawn there. The cave entrance is at 68.2 by 56.1. I'll give you time to write that down. Okay, let's head in. I won't drop down there in case I get fall damage. Just start working your way down. It's the longest cave, so the descent's going to take quite a while. You certainly don't want to jump down there, so slowly cross a narrow path to the left. Put your torch on so you can see better. If you've got the resources, you could try and build a bridge over the chasm. The next narrow path is blocked by a metal node. Get off and remove it with your pick. I wouldn't risk climbing or jumping over it because you might slide off and fall down. Again, you could build a bridge over there if you wanted. I'll just show you what was to the left in case you were wondering. Just some crystals and a dead end. Like most caves, there's more than one way down. But if you go to the right, you'll come to a dead end. So instead, head left. I don't want the damage from dropping down that small cliff, so I'll take the path down. go left towards that green light, because if you go right, it's a dead end. Oh, while we're here, if you see water dripping from the ceiling, you can refill your water flask and drink from it. But mine's already full at the moment. Keep heading down towards the green lights, just because it's simpler to remember. Then you'll reach your main bottom water cave. Keep working your way down and you'll come across different water pools. If you take the wrong one, it will lead you around in circles. You'll constantly get attacked by piranhas and it'll wear all your gear out until you die. Just keep following the path until you come to the end. In front of you is a large lake. To the right of that stone column is a tunnel leading down, but there's usually hundreds of piranhas in this water. I'd advise killing them all first so they don't attack you from behind. I've already killed most of them so I can get through quicker. You can see the correct tunnel entrance in the floor to the right. But there's a small group of piranhas in front of me. I'll aggro them and drag them back to land. And that's a quick way of killing them. But there's one sneaky one left. If you have a sleeping bag, I'd advise putting one down here, because there's probably going to be hundreds of piranhas in the water tunnel you've got to swim down. I'm going to clear them out and skip forward so the video will be quicker. The tunnel entrance is to the right, but there's a loot chest in a cave in front of me. This cave's normally filled with a lot of piranhas, so it's up to you if you want to kill them all to get the loot. I don't think it's really worth it because you're going to take a lot of damage, but because I'm here I might as well show you where the loot chest is. And you get to see the weird alien structure. I'm just double checking no sneaky piranhas are going to attack me. If you receive too much damage, you can rest on the land at the back of the cave. You'll be safe from the piranhas up here. I showed you this cave so you wouldn't have to fight your way in here to have a look at it. With that done, let's get the artifact. That's another safe spot. And another. That's a cave entrance we need to take. And up there you can see the artifact in the hole in the wall. Okay, let's dive down. Remember, this tunnel is usually filled with piranha, so you have to fight your way through it. Then when you reach the top, you can breathe again. With the green crystals behind you, dive down again and head to the direction of the yellow ones. Then follow the blue tunnel to the right. This will take you to the next passageway. Now head towards the purple crystals. These are an indicator that you're getting close to the secret passage. Right, I just need to orientate myself. That's where I came from, and they're the crystals I was heading towards. Now the first time you get here, most people, including me, just carry on walking down the corridor. If you do that, you'll go around in a circle and end up where you started from. What you need to do is when you get to the pinky purple crystals, look for another entrance opposite. It's at an angle in the wall that makes it very hard to see, so you just walk past it. Go inside and then follow that tunnel. It will split off in two directions, but the right side is a dead end. So head left. Next you'll come up to a steep slope. You need to head up there as there's nothing to the right of it. Go towards green lights. And there's the artifact crystal in front of us. Open it up and take the artifact of the pack. All you have to do now is drop down and you'll end up back in the main water cave. And that's where I left my raptor. Now we make our way back up to the surface. Because it takes so long for us to move around, some of the wildlife might have respawned back in, so you might have to fight your way back up. If your dinosaur gets damaged, you can heal it quicker by force feeding it meat. Just keep heading up. You want to kill everything following you, as you don't want to cross that narrow path when they're alive, or they might knock you off. Then just carefully walk across again. You really don't want to fall down after you've gone through all that to get the artifact. This area is all flat, so I'm trying to remember which way to go. There we are. Then as a reminder, I'll show you where it is on the map and its coordinates again. That's it for that one. The artifact of the hunter is in the middle bottom of the map. It's just off from the river that goes out to sea. When you get to this point, head towards the east. There's a small pathway hidden by the trees. Follow it and the cave entrance is on the right hand side. Its coordinates is 80.3 by 53.5. Let's get on a raptor and go inside. This cave's pretty easy. All you have to do is go down to the bottom where the artifact is. The only thing that can harm you is the wildlife that's in it. When you get to the passageway with a blue light, it splits. You want to take the left path. In front of those crystals is a cliff that you can drop down. It's a shortcut to the crystal, however you can't get back up from there. This is the way you'll be coming up. I'll quickly show you the cliff so you know where you are when you're below it. The way back up from there is to the right. And the slope will bring you up here when you want to leave. When you get to the bottom, go to the far wall and just follow it to the left. And that'll bring you to the crystal. Just open it and take the artifact. All you have to do now is make your way back up to the surface. That's a way down from the cliff I showed you, and as you can see there's no way back up, so we need to go to the left. And this is a slope we came down. This cave's pretty easy to find your way out of. All you have to do is work your way back up. There we go, back to the surface. I'll show you the cave's location again one last time. The artifact of the massive is in the bottom right hand side of the map. There is a cave in the side of a cliff. This one's going to be tricky. There's a few narrow paths you have to walk across, and a lot of jumping across lava. You might not want to bring your best stuff here, because if you drop down in a liquid hot magma, you'll lose all your gear. Its coordinates is 70.5 by 86. This is a dangerous cave, so make sure you put some sleeping bags down first, because you might have to respawn again. We'll just show the surroundings before we go in. And that's the coordinates again, in case you have to write it down. Okay, let's get on a raptor and begin. Like most caves, there's different ways down to the artifact. I'm just going to show the route I took. You see the lava in the distance? That's the route I'm going to take. You want to kill all the dinosaurs you aggro, so they don't knock you off a ledge. When you get to this point, you'll see a path going off to the left. However, I'm not going to go down there. Instead, I'm going to take the not so obvious path to the right. Take your time and jump across. And start heading down. You'll come to a narrow path. Take your time and slowly walk across it. There's a small gap that you have to jump over. Next you'll see a narrow path that slopes up. Drop down and you'll find a pathway sloping downwards. Carefully go down the path and jump over any gaps. Do a small jump on the first gap. then a long jump on the second. That'll take you to a platform with other smaller platforms around you. Look for a lower one you can move across to. Next we're going to jump across to that ledge. Those other platforms lead you in the wrong direction. The ledge jump's a bit high, so aim towards a wall. We'll be going right, because to the left is a dead end. I'll just show it you in case you're curious. Head towards a green light. Just before it, it splits into 3. It goes to the right, straight ahead, but we're going left. And there below us is the artifact. Don't jump down there, instead take the path to the side. You don't want to jump on there just yet and fight the bats next to the lava, as they might knock you in it. So instead, shoot them and aggro them from a distance. That way you can fight them where you're safe. With most of them dead, now you can jump across to the crystal. Now that it's safe, you can retrieve the artifact. Time to head up back to the surface. There are multiple ways to go back up. I didn't try going to the left where the green lights were, but you might want to. I did try and go up the middle way. But when I got to the top, the ledge looked too far to jump on. If you place a foundation down, you could stand on top of it and then you might be able to make the jump. But I'm going to go back the way I came down from, which is taking the tunnel to the right. We're now back at the lava platforms and we need to go up the central path. I'll just make sure I don't weigh too much so I can run and jump across. Instead of deleting everything one at a time, I can just move over the stuff I want to keep, then drop everything else. When you get to this point, be careful here because it's a narrow path and you've got to make a jump. It looks easy, but when I tried it, I crapped myself because I almost fell off, hence the frantic jumping. Then we come to another jump. That one was easier. And we end up back at the very first lava cave, where there were two paths and we chose the right one against the wall. This is that same path we travelled down, but going back is a small jump to get to the other side. That cave was a bit tricky and stressful, but we made it to the surface okay. Just place the artifact in the bird because I don't want to lose it. I've not explored the whole cave, so there might be a quicker way to the artifact, but that's a route I found and it worked for me. And finally, I'll give you the cave's position again. The artifact of the Devourer is on the island on the top right of the map. Fly towards a small island with a rock sticking out of it. The entrance to the cave is on the other side of that rock formation below us. There it is. Its coordinates is at 14.8 by 85.3. This is another tricky cave, so definitely put some sleeping bags down if you've not been here before. And to make things easier, I'm also going to take some wood foundations. I'm going to be doing this on a raptor, but some parts may be easier on foot. You first come to a water tunnel, go through it and get to the end. The raptor sinks and then just swim it through to the other side. I think I put this water section in to try and make us do it on foot. That may be easier, but I managed it on a raptor anyway. When you come out, you'll find yourself in a really deep cave. There's the artifact crystal directly below us, and you've got to work your way down there to get it. You could try parachuting down from here, but make sure you've placed some sleeping bags, as I'm not sure if you'll be able to make it. But I'll be going down by path. There's quite a few gaps you have to jump over, so put your torch on if you need to see better. A quicker way to get to the other side is to jump across this chasm. But if you wanted to take the safer route, you could take the path around the outside. It takes a bit longer, so I'm just going to jump it. Now this is the trickiest spot to do on the way down. You've got to jump to that narrow ledge without falling off. If you fall, you're going to die, so do this the easiest way you can find, even if that's jumping on foot or building a bridge to close a gap. And make sure you have sleeping bags down so you can respawn if you die. I tried a few attempts, but the way I managed to make it is this. Face the path, but have a rock wall coming down centred to the middle of your head. That should align you up enough so you don't bounce off a wall and fall to your death. Like I say, it might be easy to try and do that on foot, because it's the trickiest jump from any cave on a dinosaur. That's the hard bit over, now you just need to make your way down to the artifact. Just open the crystal and take the artifact. Now we have the artifact of the Devourer. All we have to do now is make our way back up to the surface. You can do it just by jumping the gaps, but I'm going to use foundations as it's the easiest and safest way to do it. Again, this section's a bit tricky. You need to leave a little gap between you and the wall, because if you hug it, you'll get blocked by it. Up to this point you can make it by just jumping, but for this one I'm not going to risk it. If you stand on a protruding rock to the left, you can make a jump. But it's much safer just to put a foundation down, as you don't want to do this all over again. Fill the gap as much as you can, then place it. And that rules out any chance of falling to your death. Then also do the same for the next one. It looks like you can jump across, but a few times I tried it, I slid to the side and fell. There's no point risking dying when you can guarantee your own safety. And that brings us back up to the top. All we have to do now is take the water tunnel back to the entrance. It sounds like the bird's getting attacked. Finally, I'll show you where the cave location is again. Well, I would if I had my GPS equipped. Now on to the last one. The artifact of a Skylord is the easiest and quickest one to get if you do it right. However, on this cave there's a trap, and if you fall down you won't be able to get back up and you'll lose all your stuff. This time a cave entrance is in the side of a cliff. There's a pathway to the side of it if you're coming down on foot. The cave location is in the top left hand side of the map, and its coordinates is 19.2 by 19. Just give you time to write that down. On this one, a cave ceiling's so low that you won't be able to take a dinosaur in. In fact, through a lot of it you'll be crouching down. Place a sleeping bag down just in case you do get trapped inside. Then you can kill yourself and respawn back at the entrance. Oh, and before we begin, if you see any pits like this, don't drop in them, because you'll die and lose all your stuff. Okay, let's go in. When you get inside the cave, head to the right. If you see a cave big enough to spawn a bat, it's the wrong direction. So just keep heading right. That's another bat, so take the corridor to the left of it. You hear that humming? That means you're getting closer to the artifact. And there it is, but do not drop down to get it. If you do, you'll get trapped and you won't be able to get back up again. What you need to do is slowly move forward on a ledge until you can access a crystal. Then you can open it and get the artifact. If you do drop down by accident, I have found a way to get your gear back. Place a foundation close to where you dropped down from. Next, place a box on top of that foundation so you can access it from the ledge. Now put your most valuable items in the box, including everything you're wearing. And when you're empty, kill yourself by dropping in the pit. Next, respawn at your sleeping bag and make your way back inside towards the box. Then when you get there, you can get all your stuff back again, but you'll find it a lot easier if you don't drop down in the first place. Now we've got the artifact, make your way out and just keep heading left. That's the cave with the bat in again, so just head to the right of it. And we make it back outside. That cave was pretty quick. I'll show you the cave location one last time. Now that's all the caves at the moment with artifacts in. There is a small cave in a snow area, but there's nothing collectible in it at the moment. That's its coordinates. The only thing inside to look at is a frozen dead body. So I'm going to make my way back to base. I'll just retrieve all the artifacts from the bird. And that's it guys. I hope this video has been helpful, and if it has, please like and subscribe. In the next video I'll be using these artifacts and showing you how to summon the Ark bosses. Don't forget to check out the links of other helpful videos at the end, and hopefully I'll see you again. Goodbye.